Okay, we learned that with Noah. Everybody that stayed on land drowned.
We learned that with Noah, like he means the ark? Is he talking about Noah's ark? Yo! This guy is awesome. Bro, Floridians are insane. There's 2 people on the beach during the storm surge. One of them is holding a Harris Walls sign. There's no, is this live? Like this is a live at Naples Pier. Is Naples Pier supposed to be one of the impact zones? There's no way, right? So people are like currently at the beach. No, it's south, but yes. Impact is 8 p.m. EST, bro. Dog, what do you mean? If the impact is at 8 p.m., don't you think it would be smart to leave ahead of time so that you're not trying to drive in the storm surge? Because if the impact, when it makes landfall at 8 p.m., which is in a couple hours from now, it's 5 p.m. Pacific time. I had the comment on so many TikToks telling people you're going to die if they don't leave is insane. I don't get it. I mean, I'm sure it's moved around a little bit, but it's like, if you're getting hit, yeah, I don't think people understand how hurricanes work. Like the major impact is one thing, but even before it starts raining, dog. What are you going to do? It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to get out of there. Naples is marginally south of the impact zone, but south is where the storm surge will be the worst. I don't understand it. Oh yeah, this is Ryan Hall. He's like the storm guy, the command center storm guy. Speaking of which, 2 large tornadoes from Hurricane Milton have crossed Interstate 75 in the Florida Everglades around 10 a.m. EDT, moving north between the towns of Miles City and Andytown. The tornado shown here was east of the first tornado and closer to Andytown. What is happening, bro? This is why I'm saying, like, you can't wait till the last second to leave, dog. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? How do people still demonstrate this hubris where they think they can toy with God? I will never understand this. It's like nature is the one beast you cannot tame, man. You do not know how to deal with it. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. People are like, I don't even give a about the technological improvements. By God, I will let natural selection take its place, dude. How? We have designed societies. We built skyscrapers. We went to the moon. And the state of Florida, comprised of Floridians, is still like, nah, natural selection will take its evolutionary course on me, brother. I don't care about the internet. I have all of the data at my fingertips, all of the knowledge that this world has cultivated over generations. And what am I doing with that knowledge? I don't know. Believing that there is a Jewish space laser weather machine that caused this hurricane to hit me. You know, poor people can't leave, right? I know, man. That's not who I'm talking about. Shut up. God damn. Some of you motherfuckers so annoying. Every leftist group has to have that one bisexual septum nose piercing wearing motherfucker gonna be like, excuse me, you're being quite classist, sweetie. Shut up. That's not what I'm talking about. Every group, dude. Bro, listening to the Hasanabi broadcast with the windows down in my car is such a gamble. Yeah, it is a gamble, except guess what? A lot of people around you are going to be put on notice that you're listening to some good. Anyway, here's a hurricane update from our meteorologist chatter Stinky19. As of 1 p.m. EDT, Milton is growing in size, diameter as it barrels towards Florida as a Cat 4 hurricane. I thought that it was supposed to be a Cat 3 hurricane by this point. With 145 miles per hour winds and a minimum pressure of 935 millibars. The lower the pressure, the stronger the storm. This is a slight weakening from last night / early this morning. Hurricane force winds extend 30 miles out from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend 125 miles from the center. Most recent images of Milton. Hurricane Milton is pictured as a Category 5 storm in the Gulf of Mexico off the coast of Yucatan Peninsula from the space station. One of the craziest things I've actually watched on my TikTok feed, I've been seeing a lot of this, like, I've been seeing a lot of these, you know, people doing prep for the hurricane before they leave and stuff. There's this guy who's in Tampa, okay? There's this guy who's in Tampa, I think, or in one of the places, where, like, you know, it's about to, you know, it's going to make impact. It's got like 15 feet storm surge or whatever the prediction is, right? And the dude is like, oh yeah, I have Flex Seal. He took he put his goddamn Lambo on a jack, okay? He put his goddamn Lambo on a jack. Is on Daytona Beach? Yeah, I think so. Okay. I'm glad that you guys saw it too. This mother, bro, I swear to God, he's like, oh, don't worry, guys. I'm putting my Lamborghini on a car lift in my garage. Okay. And also, I found this thing where apparently, as soon as the water hits, it like automatically turns into a dam. We were going to put that at the bottom of the garage, and we're going to use Flex Seal. The amount of faith that you are placing on Flex Seal is crazy. Okay? Are you out of your mind? I was looking at that and I'm like, dog, it's over. Like, your Ferrari or Lamborghini or whatever the it is, it's gone. Okay? It is going to be absolutely caked in seawater. Oh, this one is I saw this one too. This one is awesome. Someone please update me post hurricane about this house specifically.
Brand new Corvette, 9 miles from the water.
Like, why don't you just drive it away, dog? What are you doing? If you care about it that much, drive it away, brother, because I'm going to tell you right now, dude, that's not surviving. That's crazy. Just drive it away, man. All the money he had for gas and hotels was spent on the Corvette, duh. Like, I don't get it. Drive it away somewhere else. Like, literally drive it away from the vicinity of where the hurricane is going to make impact, where the storm surge is, and just leave it there for a couple days, maybe a week. What's wrong with you, dude? Like, how is this working? It doesn't make any sense. It's like, if you care about your car that much, why don't you just drive it away? I don't get it.
With the Flex Seal King, using his Flex Seal on top of the spray foam to stop the floodwaters from going into the motorcycle showroom here. His rubberized coatings will keep the spray foam from falling apart, and it will save the business. Now that section is waterproof. We're going to do another section.
What?
This is Ed Castro.
Dude, what's really funny about that is the wind speeds that we're talking about and the debris that we're talking about is going, like, there are so many things that could explode those windows, okay? Like, even if the Flex Seal were to work, what is hilarious about this entire process is that you got windows, dog. You got windows. All it takes is one jet ski from your neighbor to just fly directly into the window and it's gone. It's done. I don't understand how these motherfuckers live in the state of Florida for extended periods of time and have still not figured out how hurricanes work. I lived there for a year. I lived in Florida for 1 year. And let me tell you, okay, I very quickly understood how it worked. That's crazy. That's all it took for me. 1 year of living in the state of Florida, and I was like, oh, I'm out. Like, I get it. I see what's going on. How have you been living there your whole life and you still just like do not understand the concept?
Flex Seal King of Daytona Beach. And listen, if you want to buy a motorcycle, come on over here on Friday when we're back open again. We'll sell you a motorcycle.
No, you won't. No, you won't. No, you won't. That's crazy. He's like, nah, you don't understand, brother. But who the is gonna want to buy a Harley Davidson in the middle of the recovery and relief efforts? Like, this guy is out of his mind, dude. Bro, we need to open the schools. We need to close. We need to make it illegal to do homeschooling. We need to make it illegal to have private schools, and we need to immediately fund the public schools like tomorrow, yesterday. Okay. Yeah, this man is the crazy guy. He's Lieutenant Dan or whatever. He's also another nutty guy. He's all over TikTok too. I gotta pee real quick. Here, watch this man explain his situation while I go pee.
The people that are new, explain to them why you're deciding to stick out a Category 5, one of the worst hurricanes in Tampa history, out on a 20-foot sailboat in Tampa Harbor.
My faith in God. I don't put my faith in man. God told me to come out here and get a boat. I came out here and got a boat. And everything that he's been telling me over the last 2 days is I'm doing the right thing. He's got my back. I'm in good shape. I ain't sweating it. We're gonna ride this one out. We got set up the way we know what we're doing, and as long as the water just keeps rising, we'll be fine.
Will you be wearing a life jacket?
Hell no.
Are you gonna be able to swim if it need be?
In circles.
Can you swim with one leg or what?
Yeah, I can float like a damn champ, but swimming I just go in circles.
So the plan's just to stick it out here?
Yeah, I mean, the water's gonna come in, it's gonna rise. If you're on land, it's gonna flood, you're risking drowning. I'm in a boat. The boat goes up with the water. So even if the boat goes up 100 feet in the air, I'm gonna be up 100 feet in the air with the water. So it's really, the safest place in the world to be is on my boat. And I got room for one more female.
Give the people some words of wisdom out there.
Just, you know what to do. Just be safe. Don't do.
Can I say something? This attitude is the exact same attitude that I had when I was a child, and I always thought, like, if I jump right as the elevator is about to hit the ground, I'll survive. Like, what he is demonstrating right here is identical to, like, me being a kid and thinking, oh, if the elevator falls when I'm in it, I'll just jump right before the moment of impact and I'll survive it. I swear to God, it's the same mentality. Okay. It is straight up. Oh my God. It is so bad, brother. It is so bad. It's crazy. Boat goes up though. You think about that. No hurricanes here in Texas. It's on the same ocean as Florida. Why? Texas is not a swing state. I'm done. I mean, dude, you can convince these people anything. Like, you can convince these people to do anything. Do you understand? You can convince them to vote for the Republican Party. That's for sure. You can convince them of anything. You can tell them that you don't need to subscribe at the top of the hour. You won't see an ad and they'll believe you. And then they'll be like, why did I just see an ad at the top of the hour? But you should subscribe at the top of the hour. Because a 3-minute ad break is coming for you, even if it's at 12:12. Make a wish. There's a rumor that went around after 9/11 that a guy fell out of the tower, landed in a door, and made his way to safety at the bottom, so of surging the wreckage as it would fall. This was obviously not true, but it was told by someone who very much believed it. Stop doing these. You keep making my daughter cry every time you do this, brother. Okay, let's listen to Lieutenant Dan once again. I was peeing, and you probably couldn't hear it because it was not loud enough, but here it is.
All right, Dan, the people that are new, explain to them why you're deciding to stick out a Category 5, one of the worst hurricanes in Tampa history, out on a 20-foot sailboat.
Famously, boats are the safest. You know, when you're out on water and you get caught up in a storm, you're the safest. Famously.
In Tampa Harbor.
My faith in God. I don't put my faith in man. God told me to come out here and get a boat. I came out here and got a boat. And everything that he's been telling me over the last 2 days is I'm doing the right thing. He's got my back. I'm in good shape. I ain't sweating it. We're gonna ride this one out. We got set up the way we know what we're doing. And
You're not gonna ride this one out. You're gonna die. I'm just letting you know. You're not riding this one out. You're not floating this one out. You're dying. This is just, there is no difference between what this guy is doing and just like taking a gun and just, you know, being like, oh yeah, I love playing around with this when it's loaded. And, you know, I love putting it in and around my temple and pulling the trigger, see what happens, you know? Like, that's it. And the funniest part about it is that, like, the fact that he is on a boat makes it more likely that he is going to die. Okay? Maybe by some stroke of luck, you wait it out, you have enough food in your attic or something, you don't get blown away, and the water levels don't reach you, and you have enough energy, and then you First responders come and get you maybe in a couple days. Okay. That's an unlikely scenario, but let's say that could happen. You being on this boat, you're definitely dead. Like, there's no 3 p.m. EST Milton update. I know we just went through this, but the NHC just put out an update, and I would like everyone to have the most accurate and updated information. Milton is a Cat 4 barely, with winds of 130 miles. Barely. With winds of 130 miles per hour and a minimum pressure of 948 millibars. The NHC is urging people to take tornado warnings seriously and shelter if there is one in their area. Look at the tattoo on his stomach. That's what he thinks a tiger looks like. My man needs help. That's an interesting way to figure out that this man is not well.
And as long as the water just keeps rising, we'll be fine.
Will you be wearing a life jacket?
Hell no.
Are you gonna be?
I mean, to be fair to him, I don't think a life jacket is saving him at that point anyway. So he might as well not, you know? Yeah, it's just a life jacket gonna do, dude. What is a life jacket gonna do for him at that point? Explain how a floating boat will be affected by a storm surge. It is water. What do you think happens to boats when they're out sailing in the water and a storm occurs? Not even like a category 3, category 4 hurricane, just a tropical storm. Hassan, it literally floats. Storm surges can't affect floating things. The storm surge is not the only concern for him, and you're also wrong, because no expert boater is going to be able to navigate through the storm surge that is filled to the brim with debris with 130-mile winds, dude. What are you talking about? The boat does not float permanently, okay? It is going to capsize. He is going to die. I can't tell if it's a meme or not, or if we are just like, I bet 500 that he lives, so we'll see who's right then. Yeah, he is gonna live because apparently they forced him to evacuate. So you're not wrong. He is most likely going to live, not because he stayed on the boat, but because apparently, according to the mayor of Tampa, no, the mayor of Tampa said that they like forced him to evacuate.
Be able to swim if it need be.
In circles.
Can you swim with one leg or what?
Yeah, I can float like a damn champ, but swimming I just go.
No, they didn't. That's fake. He's still on the boat. Oh my God, he's dead. He's dead. Okay, never mind.
So the plan's just to stick it out here?
Yeah, I mean, the water's gonna come in, it's gonna rise. If you're on land, it's gonna flood, you're risking drowning. I'm in a boat. The boat goes up with the water. So even if the boat goes up 100 feet in the air, I'm gonna be up 100 feet in the air with the water. So
yeah,
it's really the safest place in the world.
Yeah, the safest place in the world is the safest place in the world. What? He's been milkshake ducked? Oh, wow. A crackhead who is about to die in the next 24 hours is not a good guy. Oh, well. Oh, me. Oh, my. I am so shocked. Lieutenant Dan is a digital creator who started GoFundMe 3 weeks ago. He has 4 names and was arrested for battering. Wait, what? Battering a law enforcement officer with a violin? He's already up to 20,000 and has accepted the mayor's offer for shelter. I hate grifters. Brian Enton. For everyone worried about Lieutenant Dan, I just talked to him. His real name is Joseph Malinowski. He says he's going to stay on a sailboat in the Tampa Bay.
Everybody's worried about you.
Who's worried about it?
It's all over TikTok.
Everybody, like across the country.
I'm gonna go live in a minute.
Are you going to be okay?
I'm gonna be fine.
I don't think people realize you're so close to down. I mean, you could just get off if something bad happened. You know what I mean?
Also, dude, when I found out, okay, Brian Enton exposing his real name, all of a sudden things make a lot more sense. Okay, that's a beautiful Polish man right there. Maybe he will survive. Okay, that's a beautiful Polish man right there. Okay. What do you mean? I'll survive. Hello, my boat floats. Oh, that's it. Yeah. I've tactically ascertained that this is a Polish type of person. Oh, dude. God damn.
I'm not going anywhere because the safest place to be is on a boat in a flood. Okay, we learned that with Noah. Everybody that stayed on land drowned. Noah.
We learned that with Noah, like he means the ark? Is he talking about Noah's Ark? Yo! Yeah, he'll be laughing now. You won't be laughing. This mother... Oh my God, dude. Americans are so awesome. Straight up. I'm back. I'm back in. I'm back in. Americans are the best, dude.
And the animals live. So I'm fine.
Do you have any animals?
No, I wish I did.
Okay.
I could use 2 females.
I love people calling him a grifter, by the way. Like, he is a crackhead. Like, I don't think you can be a grifter if you're a crackhead. I mean, I guess you could, but like, he's just an insane person. I feel like you have to be extra dumb if you are somehow sucked into a scheme that this person has put forward, you know? It's kind of on you at that point, right? Like, grifting requires a little, like, your mental faculties to be in somewhat in order, okay? Like, there's a difference. I feel like Tim Pool is a grifter, right? Oh, I'm a centrist, I'm a liberal. Like, that's a grift. He's not. He's lying deliberately, right? And it's not like he's super smart, but obviously he's somewhat mentally competent. This man, on the other hand, crackhead. At this point, when he says like, oh no, Noah's Ark survived, like, that's a crazy person. It's kind of on you at that point. Like, if you look at this person and you go, no, that's my guy, like, I think this is going to be, I believe him. Okay. Then, that's kind of on you. I feel like you kind of deserve to get duped by this guy.
Well, you got all the news crews right here during the storm, so you can just, if you need anything. Everybody's worried about you, buddy.
Everybody's worried about me. Everybody wants me to get off the boat. People don't. Being that I'm tied up to the cleat on the dock there, and it's secured in the concrete, which is secured to all this thing, I have a secured anchor point. I'm tied to the boat. If the tide goes up, I go up. As long as the water stays out of the boat, I'll be fine. And the wind is, it's not a tornado. It's not going to get lifted up and thrown into Kansas. Okay, it's not like that. I'm not suicidal, but I'm putting it in God's hands and taking it out of mine and man's.
All right.
So I'm sitting tight. I'm going to play it out.
Well, like I said, we're all right up here, so if you need anything, everybody's parked right here, okay?
I love you all, and I thank you for the concern. But I'm not nutty. I'm just doing what my father told me to do, and I'm doing it, and I'm being me. I don't go with the grain. I'm against the grain because it's all just, you're all robots. You're all sheep following the masses. And I'm the black sheep. I'm the one that does what I feel is right. And I don't care what anybody says or wants to do about it. I do what I think is right. And since God found me 10 years ago when I found him, and he's been my right hand all along. He told me to come here, I'm here. And I'm putting my life in his hands.
Inshallah, brother, you will ride this out. Everybody breathing in the air. Sheep, I'm gonna hold my breath.
I'm gonna go home tonight because he's calling me over now.
Like, what does he think is gonna happen when the water levels rise? And in that process, his boat directly slams into like the first building. Like, has he not thought about this? Does he think that the storm surge just goes boom? One moment one moment the ocean level is here, next moment the ocean level is here. And magically you just avoid all of the debris. Like, what, like, how is that? You're so dumb. He tied it to that dock. How could it bump into a building? He said his boat rides above in the last video. Yeah, but the boat is not going to ride above the buildings and the electrical poles and the so many things he can hit before we even consider 135 miles per hour winds that will slam things into his boat. The boat is capsizing.
Well, we'll check on you, okay?
Thank
We'll
you.
be up here and we'll check on you.
I appreciate
All right.
it.
Thank you, sir. Stay
Thank you.
safe. You got some time to rest. All right.
I only got about 2 hours.
Like that, he's slamming into that right there, okay? That's what he's slamming into. Extremely grim series of words
You
here.
got ramen noodles and that's it. I did not plan for this shit, man. I didn't even bring 2 packs. I brought 1 pack. It's probably expired anyways. Okay.
Bro, Florida is the most cake streamer coded state of all time. It makes total perfect sense, dude. It makes total perfect sense for people in Florida to behave like this. They used to behave like this without the camera and without a live streaming service where they can like commit publicly. So you might as well slap a camera on yourself and let others enjoy the show, I guess. Like, I don't know why people like this kind of morbid ass thing.
It is really flooded pretty much everywhere. Completely flooded. It's getting bad out here.
This has got to be an older video. There's no way. I don't know. Why did you ever leave Florida? I mean, look. That's from last week. Oh, this is from old video. It's not dark yet. Yeah, this got to be from Helene.
What do we got going here, Lieutenant Dan? What are you thinking?
There we go. That way when I bang in, it has more freedom than what the hell is there. Bang right into the wall.
There we go.
Hassan, he's not that brave. I was walking my dog and about 5 of my neighbors were also out. Tampa mayor confirmed Lieutenant Dan was evacuated like 2 hours ago. No, it turns out he isn't. Brian Enton says he's right there. He's staying put. Storm surges are currently starting. Huge warning. Storm is about to start an hour early. Wait, really? Part of the reason he doesn't want to leave has to be that the boat is the only thing he owns, right? Dog, what are you talking about? That is the exact same principle for many people who have also left their homes. Like, hey, you know what? Here is one trick that stops you from owning anything permanently. It's called dying. Okay? Like, what are you talking about, man? What is everybody talking about? It doesn't make any sense. Like, Chatters, the reason he's staying is because he believes he heard the voice of God telling him to stay on his boat. Yeah. And Chatters are over here being like, nah, let's listen to this guy. He makes a lot of sense. Hey, remember when I told you guys back in the day, and have repeated time and time again, that like online has made things significantly worse because guys like Lieutenant Dan can, like, under the guise of anonymity, basically present themselves in a more normal fashion while they're saying like deeply unhinged, and plenty of other just as insane people can just like hype that guy up, and then it makes other onlookers not be able to make this assessment. This is not that circumstance. You can see him. The only thing you can't do is smell him. Okay? But you can see him. You can see him. You know he's not all right. You can hear his words. Why are you still going, hold on? He said, my proof for why I will survive this, Noah's Ark. I'm going to remind you guys what it looks like, okay? I need you to see it again. This is what it looks like when flooding.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude, man.
Wait, so they did, but until then he's staying. They're evacuating him at 5 p.m. How? What does this show? This from Hurricane Ian 2022. Note that it's edited to skip ahead to certain times. Very important for chat to see this. The Tampa area is facing a potential 15-foot storm surge with Hurricane Milton. Here's a video of a similar surge in Fort Myers during Hurricane Ian. Yeah, it's like a time lapse with edited skips. Jinxie said he was staying in a mandatory evac zone and waiting it out. Also, is he still there? No, I saw a TikTok of him talking about how he's going to a shelter. A lot of people are going to like safe zones, shelters, okay? They're leaving their homes. If they don't want to go super far away or they can't go super far away, they're just taking their possessions, like their valuable possessions, their dogs, their pets, and they're going to, if they are in the impact area, they're in the evacuation zone, they're going to shelters. Ron DeSantis, for all of his faults and failures, very openly communicated that in a couple-mile region, there are a bunch of areas that you can go to, a bunch of shelters that you can go to, okay? These shelters are also pet safe. Here's the Jinxie clip.
Imagine this, 9 feet and even
what?
of flooding, of inundation. This is
What the hell?
survivable. So please follow the advice of your local officials when they ask you to evacuate.
All right, bro.
And all means,
Am I in the evacuation zone? Hi, guys, pull up the evacuation zones. Okay, guys, I'll give you a rough estimate of where I am. Okay. I'm not here. I'm kind of in this area. I'm kind of here, okay? This is like a rough, 200-mile radius. I'm kind of in here, bro. I'm in this area. And don't say Tarpon Springs, because I'm not in Tarpon Springs. Leaked. Guys, I'm the one. Why are people typing Tarpon Springs? Yo, guys, I've never lived in Tarpon Springs. Okay, no evacuation order. Voluntary mandatory evacuation order. Oh my God. All right, yes, my county is, what? I'm just gonna, bro, I'm riding it out. I'm riding it out.
Do people legit find this funny? Yes. The answer is yes. People do legit find it funny. Anyway, this is not done yet, chat. Let's keep going. Remember, at the 1 minute mark, this is where we're at. This is how it started, right? This is how it started. Then it got to this. Then it got to this. Then it got to this. So if it can do that to the house, what do you think will happen to a boat? This isn't Milton. No, this is from 2 years ago. But the similar predicted storm surges in Fort Myers during Hurricane Ian. I don't think you understand how boats work. They go with the flow. They don't stand still, and it can float. Dude, stop. Dude, please stop. Please stop. Boats, yes, they do float, but they also capsize, okay? Are you a caveman? Are you an ape? Do you legitimately, you're joking. You're with me, right? Like, you're not trying to like genuinely argue with me. Boats famously withstand storms well. No, they're gonna look at this and go, see, this is about surviving. Bro, I don't understand how people do this, by the way. Like, I will never understand it. Hello, my family and I sail. The waves will go over the sides of the boat and it will fill with water and sink. Even electric pumps that modern boats have won't be able to keep up. This is if it doesn't capsize or get punctured by debris. Flooding is more likely than puncture, more likely than capsize. Capsize is less likely because sail's done. Notice how there aren't any telephone poles in the middle of this ocean, nor is there a tremendous amount of debris. Also, notice how these boats are specifically built to withstand these kinds of treacherous conditions in comparison to his little dinghy, Lieutenant Dan's little dinghy.
We have new videos.
Let's look at from Ian once again. Let's look at what happens to the boats in the aftermath.
Damage from Hurricane Ian. This right here is what it looks like on Sanibel Island. Look at that pileup of ships.
Right, Sanibel just got hammered. This is off the coast of Fort Myers. I mean, look at all of these boats here tossed around, piled on top of each other. So it moved out into the Atlantic, and Kelly says it came across South Carolina, making landfall, and is now since weakened.
Right.
Wait, what? This guy's response, no, 10 to 15 inch surge is expected, not feet. What? What is going on? What is happening? What is going on? Anyway, this is another thing I saw. No hurricane here in Texas. Same ocean as Florida. Why? Texas is not a swing state. Dude, that's awesome. This guy literally said same ocean. Ocean. Famously tiny bodies of water. Oceans are famously tiny bodies of water. So obviously when you're 2,000 miles away from the impact area, because it's the same ocean, you're supposed to be impacted in the same way. Yeah, most intelligent day trader. He's right. Texas isn't a swing state, and it is the same ocean, and there is no hurricane there. Yeah, no lies told. No lies told there. Reed Timmer's there. These guys are saying, yeah, my goat is there. My goat Reed is there.
Oh yeah, look at that, guys. We're getting some funneling, yeah? That's onshore flow. You know what that means.
I think personally, if Lieutenant Dan doesn't survive, it's because he didn't flex tape the boat. Okay, that's what I think. If he doesn't survive, he should have flex taped the boat. Take a minute to flip back and forth. What is he even trying to say? Like, there's both blue and red areas there. Like, what? Info about the Waffle House Index. Yeah, this is relevant because the Waffle House locations at Tampa and Fort Myers have closed completely. Yeah. How Waffle House helps Southerners and FEMA judge a storm severity. They have like their own internal operations too. Like they spend a lot of money. I'm an online teacher in a coding boot camp and have had Tampa students joining class from their phones while evacuating this week. So I've had to remind them to drop immediately from the line and prioritize their safety. I can't help the feeling and speaks to larger themes of insane expectations in the modern American workplace. This will shut the boat people up. No, it won't. No, it won't. Okay. No, they will say, see, if someone was on that boat at the time, they would have survived. Like that's, you don't understand. Okay. People literally think that if they stood on top of these boats, they would have survived. See, it floated into safety is what they're thinking. Yeah, it looks like they floated there, bro. See, they're saying it. Oh my God, this is awesome, dude. You might as well have fun. You might as well have fun. Okay. At this point, just look at it, point at it, and laugh. You know, because the situation is dire. The situation is ass. So the best thing you could do, I guess, is just point and laugh. I don't know what else to say about it. Okay.